I don't see it yet.
Oh,
Yeah, okay, now I do.
we're up on YouTube. Or not YouTube.
I can hear myself.
I don't see anything.
Not live on Twitch for me. Oh, yeah, we are. It is live.
All right. Hello, everybody. We're just gonna not
guys.
chill on our second slide. We're gonna chill on our first slide. We're doing a good job, I promise.
I had to mute all of my. I had the YouTube and the Twitch open. I was getting audio from both of them. I was hearing myself 12 times. Okay. Hey guys. I am the president. I'm Nathan. This is Rowan that you see. His head's here. Everyone else is in the voice channel. We're just gonna loiter here a bit though until more people show up as people are trickling in.
All right. We'll just give it one more minute and then get started. We'll just give it one more minute and then get started. We'll just give it one more minute and then get started. We'll just give it one more minute and then get started. We'll just give it one more minute and then get started. We'll just
Is there an echo?
Yeah, there was an echo, so that's what happens when you're piping your desktop audio to the Twitch stream and then you open the Twitch stream. So, something to think about.
Brand new streamers. Make sure you like and subscribe, all that.
Yeah. All right,
sub.
well, I'll go ahead and introduce. Nathan already introduced himself, but he's the club president of Boilers. We're the Purdue University Capture the Flag team. We do hacking, and we'll go into a little bit of detail in a little bit about what exactly type of hacking we do. But we're the hacking club at Purdue. Nathan's our president, and he's gonna take it away. And I've got
Yep.
the slides, so he's gonna be telling me when to move them.
It's gonna be exciting, but we've got all of our other officers here in a Discord channel that you can hear. So we're gonna have everyone introduce themselves. I'm Nathan. I am the president, as we said already, and I mainly do like binary exploitation challenges. I'm a senior in CS here at Purdue. Some of our officers are tons of different majors. I'll let them introduce themselves. Brandon, think you could start?
Hi, I'm Brandon. I'm a junior in computer engineering, and I like to do crypto and reverse engineering.
Andrew, go ahead.
Yeah, sure. Hi, I'm Andrew. I'm a second year in computer science and mathematics, and I'm interested in crypto stuff.
Hi, I'm Raymond. I'm a sophomore in computer science, and I'm mainly focused in web stuff.
Hey guys, I'm Ryan. I'm a senior in computer science, and I'm also interested in web stuff.
Hey guys, I'm Tuhin. I'm a junior in computer engineering, and I'm interested in reverse engineering.
I'm Richard. I'm a sophomore in computer science, and I mostly do web and crypto.
Hey guys, I'm Jack. I am a senior cybersecurity major at Purdue, and I love MISC. I love networking. I'm kind of all over the board. I also do PR for Boilers.
Yeah, some people miss their positions. I'll go ahead though, and then I'll go through some of the positions. I'm Rowan. I'm the event coordinator, and I'm also a senior at Purdue, but I'm hoping to do a master's here next year, so I'm hoping to continue on. I'm just going to go from the top. Brandon was our treasurer last year. This year he's a officer guiding our new treasurer. Raymond is going to be one of our new officers. Andrew also one of our new officers. Nathan is our president, obviously. Ryan is our webmaster, and Jack is our public relations officer.
Sweet. So that's everyone. Some of them are going to be hanging out in the meetings channel on the Boilers Discord if you wanted to be in voice chat with anyone while we're doing this. But we can get started. So we're Boilers. We do hacking. Capture the flag is what it's called. Stuff like exploit writing, reverse engineering, web exploitation, breaking cryptography. We'll go into further details about that later in the presentation. But we're going to start by telling you what we do and then why you should play with us. Then more specific details about like what goes on when we actually play. And then some details about how to get involved and how to start learning. Talk about our boot camp that's coming up. And then we could take some questions from you guys. So next up, what is a CTF? Like CTFs are online competitions. So as I mentioned, the categories are generally web, RE, reverse engineering, crypto, and binary exploitation. But you also get more broad categories. There's a miscellaneous category. There's forensics, pen testing. So it could be very broad. Usually falls under the umbrella of hacking. The objective is to get flags. So there's a string of text. It's usually of a format like flag or CTF, open bracket, some text, and then a close bracket. And so you break into some system or break some cryptography or something like that. And then you get a flag, take that and submit it on a website, and you get points. And that's a Jeopardy style competition. Sometimes we also compete in a different type of competition called attack defense. And those, every team gets a machine. And it's our job to secure it. It's running different services. So we have to patch bugs in those services. And other teams are running the exact same machines on a virtual network. So our job's to exploit the bugs in those machines against our opponents.
One of the attack defense competitions that we played this year was ICTF put on by Shellfish. and that was so a lot of the times when we play our Jeopardy style CTFs, it's more of a casual kind of work on it throughout the weekend, hang out, get some pizza type thing. But the attack defense CTF is 8 hours long and it happens in one day. Um, and that's more of a, if you've ever seen the movie War Games or Hackers, that's kind of what that's sort of portraying is we just go in, we turn on all our stuff, and we immediately just start throwing exploits everywhere, capturing other exploits and replaying them. That's the way we did a lot of our stuff this year is we would reverse engineer some of the binaries for the programs we were working on, develop exploits for those, and try and exploit everybody. But we also worked a lot on the other end of capturing everybody's exploits they were throwing at us and then throwing them back at every other team. And it ended up working really well. We got like 17th place or something like that this year. So
Yep.
attack defense
Yep.
is really fun. They don't happen that often, but be sure to play them when they do because it's extremely intense.
They're fun. I know one. I found like basically 2 challenges. We didn't solve them at all, but I just copied the traffic that one team sent to us and sent that to other teams. So we got flags from that. But yeah, so Jeopardy style CTFs are usually shorter, 8 hours, and or attack defense are usually shorter, and Jeopardy style are longer, so 24 or 48 hours, depending on the competition. So why play CTFs? There's 3 big reasons that we usually talk about. 1, security. Learning how to break into someone's system leads into how to build more secure systems, and you can help others secure their systems, or know when to use HTTPS on the internet, and basically prevent other people from getting hacked. And I could list a bunch of public breaches as an example. I'm sure everyone's aware of something that happened. There was a year or 2 ago, it was Equifax. This year, it's Twitter. And another reason is jobs. Since security is so critical, everyone's hiring security areas. Members from Boilers have gone to work at a bunch of different companies like Bishop Fox, which is a boutique cybersecurity consulting company, Northrop Grumman or other defense contractors, or in research. Rowan can also talk a bit about some of his research that he's done and working at Northrop as well.
Yeah, so specifically me, other people have different stories, but specifically me from working with the club. My freshman year, I was able to get an internship with Northrop Grumman. They also sponsor our boot camp event. You won't see their sponsorship put up anywhere because they're very particular of what they put their name on, but they do sponsor our boot camp event and they ask us to hook them up with any good new recruits that we think will be an asset to them. So if you're interested in working for Northrop Grumman or any of those other companies, a lot of us in the club have a lot of connections. Specifically, one of our PhD students who's still associated with the club is maybe the most connected person I've ever met. So if you're interested in working in this field, this is a good club to be in because we know who to tell you to talk to so that you can get the job you want. So yeah, that's a really good reason to do it, and also specifically for the boot camp, a good reason to participate because it's directly sponsored by a company that wants to hire people like us and you, hopefully.
Yeah. And last reason, the reason I do it mainly is hacking's fun. We love breaking things, and this is a way to do it legally. The reason we have Shellfish down here as an image is sometimes we're able to compete with the top 10 teams, so it's fun just basically winning with them. One of our our advisor is a member of Shellfish, and he's also a member of Order of the Overflow, which organizes the DEF CON CTF, which is one of the biggest CTFs. So
Yeah.
it's just fun working with those types of people.
And another example of collaboration, and the other reason Shellfish is on this slide is this year we were actually able to play with them for a couple of CTFs since everything went online and everybody was looking for collaborators to do better. Second example of collaboration is the UIUC hack, as we're calling it now, I guess.
Yeah, it's a fun story. So it started when a freshman at UIUC found a bug in CTFD. CTFD is a platform that we usually use to host CTF competitions. The screenshot back on the second slide is a picture of CTFD, basically. Just has lists of challenges, can track how many points each teams have, and probably about half, maybe a little less CTFs that are commonly hosted use CTFD. And we were at the time running our internal CTF with CTFD, and they demoed their bug on our servers.
With permission.
With permission. We did give them permission. But so their bug, what it allowed them to do is if you put a space after a username, then it would treat it as the same username as the default username. So they logged in as admin space and then reset their password. And they reset the password of admin and gained control of the entire competition. So that was their demo. And then we had to retaliate somehow. So what we did was we hacked into their internal CTF using a different bug because they patched their bug first name. There wasn't actually a direct bug, but it was a verification bug. So we managed to gain access to a account that could log into their server, which was limited to UIUC accounts. And then we, over the course of 2 weeks, solved all of their challenges in the CTF essentially. And so that we would be in first place. And we didn't submit any of them. And then we drove over to UIUC to give a presentation. We said we would just talk about something somewhat generic. I made an entire fake slide deck to send them to tell them what we were going to talk about. And then while we were there, we just submitted all of the solves with a script that mostly worked and jumped into first place instantly. And so that's a fun little collaboration. And we presented on how we like social engineered them to steal some of the solves from them and other fun stories like that. But after that, we've been collaborating with them a bit more too. So it's just exciting.
Yep. For example, they are also invited to come participate in the bootcamp CTF that we're hosting. Basically, all universities are invited to participate. So we're hoping that they'll show up, learn some stuff, compete against all of our own members during the CTF.
Yep. So next we could just talk about what are the requirements to participate. We're open to all majors and levels, but it does help to have some programming knowledge. We don't have the bandwidth to run a class, except for the bootcamp where it's essentially like class-like format. But beyond that, our main focus is competing in competitions. So we do want to support you though. So we're available all the time to answer questions. We'll be around the Discord if anyone wants to hop in voice to ask a question or just asynchronously via chat. Anyone's happy to talk about that. But it does help to come in with some programming knowledge, and we'll be able to provide some of it ourselves.
Yep. Yeah, so
And
as the event coordinator, it's my job to run the thing that educates people, but it's also kind of all of the officers' prerogative to wow, I said that really poorly. It's all of the officers' prerogative to make sure that our new members have whatever they need. So if you don't have programming knowledge, don't be scared off. It's pretty easy to get the base level of knowledge that you need to be able to understand what we're doing at a basic level. And we know exactly what resources are good, what resources will get you up to speed the fastest, and we can point you in that direction.
Yep, thanks. I was talking in circles right there a little bit. But also it helps to have a computer. And we'll give you information about how to run our bootcamp material towards the end. We have a Docker image that you'll be able to see all the challenges. You can run that on Linux, Mac, or Windows. Usually challenges are Linux focused, so if you have a Linux virtual machine, that tends to be helpful. But it really can work on any operating system, especially for the bootcamp. And next up, Ron's going to talk about some of the different categories.
Yeah, so we have 4 main categories, which in the last couple years have started expanding to really 5. But so the first one that we're going to talk about is 2 categories really, reverse engineering and binary exploitation. This is sort of what people, maybe not nowadays, but 10 years ago would think of if you said you were a hacker. They knew you meant you were hacking programs, you're reverse engineering C code, etc. So really what it is figuring out how a program works, and then that the reverse engineering part is figuring out how a program works, how it functions at a basic level. Often that involves disassembling it, reading the assembly instructions instead of a high-level language. You can see a bit of an example of that here. This is some assembly from Radari. And then this is just a screenshot of a homework assignment that I took. Sorry, Batter. And then binary exploitation is the process of actually finding an exploit for a program that'll break it in some way that's advantageous to you. For example, in a lot of CTFs, there will be a program running on a remote server, and you need to send it an exploit payload that'll let you get a shell or print out a flag or something like that.
Yep. So some of the tools we normally use for reverse engineering are Ghidra, which is a decompiler and disassembler. So it allows you to view the actual assembly in a binary, and it also converts it to a C-like program, so it's a little bit easier to read. And Binary Ninja is a similar tool that does similar things. That one's paid. Ghidra is open source and probably the one we point people to these days. You also want to use GDB or some sort of debugger to help figure out what's actually going on. And for binary exploitation, Pwn tools and Python is the most common tool used, and there's a couple other more broad tools that we'll talk about when we give our bootcamp presentations.
Yep. All right, next up is what people in 2020 probably think of when you say you're doing security and software security is web exploitation. This one's probably the most related to bug bounty hunting and things like that, but websites are very potentially vulnerable pieces of software. And there's lots of different kinds of bugs that you can find and exploit in them, just given the wide variety of things that are running on the web. There's JavaScript, there's PHP, there's all types of sanitization errors. Things are hooked up to databases, which leads to even more exploitability. So really, web is kind of the Wild West. New stuff is always coming out for it because people are always making new stuff for the web. So this is a very broad category, but the basics are mostly accessible to new people in the club. So newer members tend to like it a lot because all you really need is a web browser and some small command line tools that are pretty easy to learn in order to get the basics, and then the advanced parts of it are difficult but very rewarding. Next, we have cryptography. Basically, crypto is math, or at least crypto is based on math. That doesn't necessarily mean you're going to be doing a lot of math by hand, but during CTFs, you're going to be doing a lot of math by hand if you're solving crypto problems. There's an example here at the bottom of encrypting an image using a bad cipher mode that lets you still steal parts of the data. And then a lot of crypto problems will involve custom crypto implementations, and you'll get a ciphertext, which is just an encrypted string, and you have no idea how to decrypt it, and you need to figure it out. Or you'll get a program that the CTF authors wrote that encrypts something, and you need to figure out how to decrypt based on that. There's a lot of possibilities, but everything really comes back to mathematical core concepts, especially discrete math. So if you're at Purdue, CS 182 and classes in that vein will be really useful to you for this. But we're going to cover the basics of a lot of cryptography during our boot camp. So if you have no familiarity with the math that we're using for crypto, then you'll get some soon. And then the fifth category I was talking about is miscellaneous. So MISC used to be go find this person's Twitter account or go find this random web page. Nowadays, we're getting a lot of really creative, really cool miscellaneous challenges. In the same CTF, we had to find somebody's phone number online and call them to prove that we had enabled two-factor authentication on something. We had to write code for the lunar lander computer, and then for the same lunar lander computer, we had to intercept a network protocol on this emulator for it, and figure out what the flag was based on what it was sending across that network in this ancient assembly code that went to space. So MISC challenges can be pretty interesting, but also pretty daunting, and they usually involve a lot of Google. But they're also can be very cool. Anything to add to those categories, Nathan?
Nothing to those categories, just the pen testing category as well, though, which is basically you're dropped into a network. Usually it's some OpenVPN config that you get, and you can connect to it, and you would man the middle or intercept traffic or steal information or modify traffic to make some user do something. So that's a fun category that we've also been seeing more and more of recently.
Yep.
But
all right, so now we're
I
going
can
to
talk
talk about
the structure of our normal year. So we'll start with the boot camp, this call out, and then we have the boot camp and its trainings. So we'll have a slide coming up that explains the boot camp in more detail, but we have trainings and then a CTF competition for Purdue students who can get prizes, and this year it'll also be public for other universities as well. And then after that, our focus is mainly on playing CTFs. Meetings mostly revolve around doing better in CTFs, looking at write-ups, that sort of thing. And spring semester, the big goal is to host our public CTF. So everyone works together to make challenges for that, and figure out a good difficulty curve and just make that a successful event. And next slide is how do you join the club? And if you're here, you've joined. Because of the virus, of course, our semester is online, which means that it's easy. You just hop on the Twitch stream or YouTube stream. Meetings are going to be on Discord after, likely they're going to be on Discord after the bootcamp is over. We still need to decide exactly what the format will be after bootcamp. But for the bootcamp, just plan to be on YouTube or Twitch. And we have Discord where we'll post all of the announcements of when meetings are and that sort of thing. We also have a mailing list. All the information in the Discord, in the mailing list will be on the Discord. Not all the information on the Discord will be on the mailing list. So Discord's more important, but I'll try to send out important information via the mailing list. And bootcamp, we'll talk about details about that. And just if you look at b01lers.com, you can see more information about who we are and what we do if you have any more questions.
Yep. Our website has information for new people. We've been spamming a link in our Discord chat. So if you're already in our Discord, you'll see that. And then if you just go to our website, there's a link to join our Discord. That's the best way to keep up with the club, play CTFs, everything like that. So if you're in the Discord, you're in good shape. Make sure you got your notifications on. Come hang out. We don't just talk about CTF. We talk about other stuff occasionally as well. But really, that's where we're going to be doing everything. So boot camp. This is my fall thing. My spring thing is the public CTF. So the boot camp is really what we rely on to get our members trained up to the level where you can play a CTF with us and not feel like you're completely lost. We are well aware of how steep the learning curve is for Capture the Flag. It's pretty steep. It's pretty nasty sometimes. There's going to be a lot of stuff that you'll see that you have no idea what it is. But that's why we organize our seasons the way we do with this at the beginning. So basically what this boot camp is twice a week for 5 weeks. We're going to be covering different topics of CTF playing that we just talked about. We're going to talk about web exploitation, reverse engineering, cryptography, binary exploitation, and then we have short lessons on pen testing and hardware hacking. So we're going to go through every single one of those categories. We're going to go through the basics. We're going to talk about common solve techniques and things to look for. And then we're also going to talk about just the ground skills that you'll need to succeed at playing CTFs. And then, of course, all of that culminates with a CTF of our own, which is primarily for Purdue students, but this year we are hosting it publicly so that everybody can play. And that's a good place to test out the skills that you've learned during the boot camp. we've learned from the last couple of years of hosting this not to make that too difficult. It's going to be a very beginner-friendly CTF. Our learning curve should be pretty gentle and really fun for everybody to play against each other. And then that CTF also has some pretty neat prizes that we got from our sponsors. So that'll be a really good time. Hopefully our training sessions are just as good over YouTube and Twitch as they have been in the past in person. And yeah, anything to add to that, Nathan?
Yeah, we got to stretch things out for 2 more minutes before our videos upload. But
Yeah, that's going to be a problem because the Docker is building right here on my laptop and it's not up yet.
All right. Well, we can
So
hold off for a bit for that. But yeah,
we will have instructions up on our YouTube channel for installing our Docker image. Nathan, if you don't mind hopping on YouTube and delaying those releases for like
yeah, I'll do that.
another hour probably, and then I'll have it ready. And then I'm just going to flip to this last slide. We're going to hop into our Discord channel and answer questions from anybody, and also from the Twitch and YouTube chats for probably 15 minutes or so. And then I'm also just going to put up the link to register for the bootcamp CTF. So that website is up now. Your registration is available. For our club's members, this isn't for other schools, but for Purdue students who are going to be trying to compete for prizes, our bot on Discord will soon have a command where you can register your Purdue student team of up to 4 people. So find some friends, make a little Discord chat. We can also give permissions to make small rooms within our Boilers Discord. We'll figure out a good way to handle collaboration for this. But yeah, teams of up to 4 for the boot camp. Make sure to play with your friends. Should be a good time.
Yep. And I did want to mention that everything that we're streaming will be recorded as well. So they'll be uploaded to the YouTube, and you should be able to watch those asynchronously if you want to.
I'm gonna cover. I'm covering up the QR codes there because they're not ready yet. But yeah, hop in our Discord, and I'm gonna put up the link on screen. It's gonna look like crap, but you know it's fine. I'm gonna put up the link here. This is the link to register for the bootcamp CTF. Cool. All right.
Great.
To the meeting channel. Oh man.
CSS is kind of ass.
Oh, hi.
Hello
Oh,
everybody.
hey.
You're on stream.
Wait,
Am
we
I?
are? Nice.
Oh, wait.
Oh god, the audio lag is in.
Uh-oh.
All right.